Hi everyone. This is a different type of video. I'm not posting like on my usual schedule today. I thought I'd post my first vent video and as well as a video kind of talking about my beliefs in some way because it kind of corresponds with what's going on. I know that it's normal for YouTubers to make rant videos and for pagan YouTubers to sometimes talk about their experiences with a certain god and stuff. And it's gonna be a both type of video today. So, yeah. Um, so around January, well, late December, January, a guy I like who is friends with me, which yeah, um, he just kind of got really withdrawn and started being dismissive towards people and stuff, and he wouldn't really talk as much as he used to. Since I never really hardly saw him, I was talking to him a lot through Snapchat and stuff, and he just dropped off. I started thinking worst case scenario because he was sort of showing signs of depression and saying there was two suicides on campus in November. I assumed something was going to happen to him, and it made me cry sometimes because I was afraid. I didn't really know what to do, so I turned towards my beliefs. For those of you who don't know, I am a Reconstructionist heathen. I am a Norse polytheist, and I often make content like that on my channel. Anyway, I started praying to Freyja, and because she's the goddess of love, and that's kind of her sphere, which is what was going on with me. And I also started getting like really weird dreams about like the dreams I was having, like were the kind of like that you have when there's something that you need to know about, and it's trying to show you what's going on. And when I was interpreting the symbols and stuff like that, it pointed to something bad happening to the person I cared for. So it scared me even more. So I started praying to him. Well, to her. I started praying to her. And eventually I started getting signs that the guy I care about was still alive. Um, whether I had the courage to like reach out to him and he would talk to me for a little bit. Whether I saw him like walking around or saw him playing on a drum set while practicing at the Fine Arts Center and stuff, he was still alive. But the dreams, and I'm thankful that Freya helped me, but the dreams, they kept happening, and I kept like interpreting like, because like yeah, there's dreams that like are just nonsense, but there's ones that have like a meaning behind them, and those was the ones I was having. And it was basically talking about like showing me like choosing my words so wisely, it also lead to downfall. I didn't really know what that meant either. And the other dreams were talking about like how something's gonna happen. And with both those combined, I was like, okay, something's gonna happen to this person that I know. And that if I don't like talk carefully or do certain something to like prevent it, it's gonna be bad. But I'm not sure how it's gonna be bad. I'm not sure like what's happening. However, today I realized what it was about. I know it's pathetic to like be crying or something like that, but it's just a lot of pin up stuff I've been feeling and stuff. Like I don't really have anyone to talk to anymore because they either don't like me anymore or they just are busy or they don't know what to do. So yeah. So around 30 something, I was waiting for speech class because the other class got out early. So I was just like sitting there, and the guy I like walked out of the class that was in the room that I was gonna have class in, and him and his friend were talking. So I waited until they stopped talking, and um, I got his attention, and we started talking. Like I was talking about how like I was just concerned for him and stuff like that, and like he even reaffirmed that like he knew I was being genuine when I was saying that like I hope he's okay, that I can be there for him and stuff like that. And then I kind of started talking about how like he seemed dismissive whenever I was talking to him and stuff, and I basically got the confirmation that he doesn't really like being around me. which hurt, but I kind of expected it because it's happened before. It has a lot. And I basically started saying like when you have to force a reaction, it's best to let go. And he agreed with me. And there's times like he told me, or there's times where he felt like where he doesn't want to talk to me. He felt like there was like some kind of like expectation whenever we talked, which I guess kind of played into how like he knew that I liked him, but he didn't know that I didn't want a relationship at that moment because he just wanted to be friends, and I understood that, and I wanted to be friends with him too. And I didn't expect a relationship until like way later maybe, but he thought I wanted one now, I think, and due to that I kind of like fed into like, oh, whenever I talk to this person, they want to be they're his partner. So yeah, and I think that's what happened because like in November when we first started like hanging out and stuff, I kind of blurted out that I thought he was attractive, which I know is kind of dumb. Like I was like antsy and like, oh, what do I say? What do I say? And then that happened, and he said like that. A few minutes later, he said that like he just wants to be friends. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with that. And but I guess he wasn't. I guess he thought that I wasn't okay with it. So there's that. And I just. It also explains why he would always ghost me too, because like whenever I'd be talking to him, we'd be having a good conversation, but then he'd just like drop off and like wouldn't talk for like days later. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like you could at least tell me like, hey, I'm busy and stuff like that. And I also brought up to him like, I'm like, hey, do you want to hang out with me again? Because like in November, there was a time where he hung out in my dorm room. And we had a good conversation about stuff, and I thought it was pretty cool. But he said no because he feels like he has to like he feels forced. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I was giving off that vibe. I wasn't trying to. And like I asked him, hey, do you do this like with everyone? And he's like, no. And he kind of alluded to it being with just me. So that was cool. Um, it hurts, but you know, it's life. It happens. Not the first time, not the last time. You know, I'm only 21. I'm gonna be 22 this month actually, so that's cool. Um, yeah, it it feels strange because like he knows that I feel genuine towards him, but he thinks that like I want it right now with him, but I don't. I just yeah. But I also realized that like maybe he wasn't the best person to go for because like he's really cool. Like we have the same kind of like viewpoints and stuff, but same time he's more of like a peace, love, friendship kind of person. I'm like whatever. He said that we're cool as he was leaving and stuff, but I don't think we really are because going back to my dreams about like having to say something or else it'll lead to disaster. I think I led it to disaster because I said to him like I feel like you don't want to talk to me, and he confirmed that. And I also brought up like, hey, when you have to force a reaction, it's best to let go, and he agreed with me. So I don't think we're gonna talk again, at least not for a while, which sucks. But hey, now going back to my dreams and back to my belief systems like that, back to like the Freyja and all that. I I do think that she did answer my prayers and stuff, and I think she was helping me understand that I need to let go because it's not healthy. I was obsessing over a guy that didn't want anything with me, and I kept like thinking, oh, maybe as time goes on he'll want to be with me, but that's not true, which I understand. So yeah, there's that. And it's just, it sounds really weird to people who aren't like, who don't have beliefs like me, but I really do think that like you can build a relationship with a deity and stuff, and even if you're a solo practitioner, they will maybe answer your prayer sometimes, and I think she has, because I think it's just oddly like all of that's like coincidental when it probably wasn't, because like whenever I made an offering and talked to her and stuff, it was always answered in some way or form. And I think she was helping me be like, hey, you can see this guy, I'll help you, but you have to understand that you need to let go. And that happened because it wasn't healthy. I was falling for a guy that didn't really want anything, and I ended up pushing him away when I wasn't trying to. But I think like with the whole like talking at the right moment to avoid disaster, I think that if I had been like more open with him, being, hey, I don't want anything right now, I just want to be friends with you too, maybe things would be okay. And then maybe he wouldn't be like, oh, okay. Maybe he wouldn't like think that there's an expectation to talk whenever we talked. And but at the same time, I think that like if I had kept quiet and just like sat there and talked to him and just stayed quiet, I would still be in an unhealthy headspace, wishing that something would happen when it won't happen for a long time, if at all. And it it feels bad, but it also helps because it's helping me realize that like not everything's gonna go your way, I guess. Which I already understood that, but just like when you, like I said, like you have to like keep like going at something, it's best just to walk away. And I get that. And like with my belief systems, like I often get like people telling me that like you can't build a relationship with a god if you are a solo practitioner, because if you're by yourself, you won't get their attention and they won't help you. But I practiced by myself, and Freyja helped me. She did, because like I said, she was lining these things up to where I can like coincidentally like see this and know that he was alive, that he was okay. But she allowed me to like have one more confrontation with him where I got to let go. And I think that's cool. And now you're probably thinking, this person's crazy, whatever. But I genuinely do believe that she helped, and that like there's something out there that's helping you. So with my weird little rant thing over, I'm sorry I was crying and stuff. With my weird rant over, I'll be making a video this Friday and Saturday and Sunday as well, and hopefully I won't be as upset. um, if you're a pagan, if you're a Christian, if you're whatever, feel free to talk to me about how like you've experienced similar things with people or with some like anything else. I'll be glad to hear it, and or if you can want to call me crazy, go for it. I've been called worse. I'll see you in the next video, and yeah.